Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good, not bad. It's fall in Minnesota, it's fly season. They get in. I mean, you open the door and they get in. I've had a couple bugging me this morning. I have fly strips and I've been hunting them, but yeah. That's, kind of brings things to mind as far as how far will you go out of your way to hunt your fellow human beings. I mean, are you actually out there trying to help them in any way or or stop them from doing something perhaps? Maybe you're out in this world to stop a certain personality type from harming others. Um that's truly my thing, but along the way you are going to have your opposition that they make for themselves. I mean, you may not be going through your life trying to find people to oppose. Maybe that, like me, is not really my thing unless I'm confronted or somebody's spreading nonsense that is not true about me personally, then I'm going to take offense and probably go on the attack. I mean, not right away. I just sort of kick back and I'll kind of joke it off, maybe, or say a couple witty things back at somebody. But if they persist, then they're going to get what they would never expect. So that's the way I operate. So, but along the way, say, like if it was jealousy from women or small minded men that aren't very intelligent at all and maybe borderline ugly, who knows the shit I've been through. But these people that have tried to pick me apart to make themselves feel better, I've used them for stepping stones. I say goodbye. I take a look at it and I know that there's people in my life that love me for my values. I keep that in the front of my mind at all times, that this is a projection from somebody else onto me of how small they actually feel about themselves. So, that's where I use them for like building blocks. I use the stones they throw at me to become stronger through the situation. And it does. It's painful when it happens, admittedly. So, we might have some interruptions that we'll work through. Not sure, but really, that's my thoughts today. Is first off, like with men, it's like why do I am I some type of a threat to you? Um, maybe the little game of not being academically correct and then being corrected with proof and facts, maybe that doesn't sit well with you. Maybe you'd rather continue with your lies and the lies of others, especially when it's concerning a religion that is exclusively patriarchal, because the first Christian church was based on the male and the female, you know, and some Christian societies still see a mother and a father in the or the Trinity within the whole thing. So these people that are just pushing this one-sided, ill-natured, it makes no logical sense whatsoever to praise what looks like a human being. That's why you're not supposed to make images, you know? But They do, onto their selves, and then it's easier for them to project their hate and their ill feelings within the world on other people, and they use religion to do it, you know. That's where there is a big separation. There's a Christ. Um, I'll just leave it there. People don't know enough to know enough, so I'll just leave it there. There's God, but these people that say they know God, they don't. They only know what the surface level of what they've been told, and they're content in their small ways like that. So, and this isn't an attack on anybody's religion, you know, at all. That's why I studied all of them so I can understand people, you know. It's like, yeah, um, I do believe in omniism, that God is everybody's God, you know. Doesn't mean they're celebrating him the right way, but, you know, they could actually think they are. Who knows? But you ever run across these people that totally go out of their way to try, even if it's the smallest things like, oh, you spilt your coffee. I'm not talking, like it's some major crime that they caught you in, and it just made them feel better to point it out, you know? It's like, okay. Like I say, especially with men, I don't get it. Can't you uh fight your own gender? You know, or even your own wife? Leave somebody else's alone? Crabby motherfuckers get on here trying to demean me when they actually really want to say it to their spouses, but they don't want to break up their marriage, so it's easier to say it to me, you know. Oh, I'm tough. I'm a tough cookie. I can take it, little boys. Go for it. I mean, you're not the first. Sure, you won't be the last, because that's all men like that do. They are so insecure. That's why they have to go out with stupid women and lie to each other, because to be confronted with the reality of their own insecurities, these type of people like that, women do it too, but they really um fall short of their own expectations, and then they take it out on other people, you know. Or how about this? And this is true. I really would like to be friends with some people. I cannot listen to them complaining about their work week. I just cannot fucking handle it. I deserve my retirement, and I don't need somebody else projecting their pain onto me or anybody else. That's a big no no. Fuck you. Like, I don't deserve to have rest days, or if somebody has no clue of how hard you've worked in your life and whether you have or not, it really isn't up to anybody else to project their pain on other people in any way, you know. So I really cannot. Um, I mean, I don't mind somebody saying it maybe once or twice a year, but once a month or even once a week, shame on you for fucking real people that do that, you know. If you don't like what you're doing, change it, damn it. That's what I would do. I've done it many, many times in my life. I didn't like something, I fucking changed it. I didn't put it on somebody else or whine about it. What good is that going to do you except for making major enemies in your life? And once again, if you pick on me and I've had enough, it's not free. I guarantee you that. You may think, well, I can't do anything about it. I already have. Another person's reaction is proof of that. That's not my downfall, young sir. That's your fucking problem. And that's why I brought it out in you. You are not me. You did not become me. I didn't listen to your video. I just saw the title. That's about as ignorant as it gets. Become me so you could show me me. Like you're the first person that tried to show me me? All right. Last time I checked, I didn't need to grow up hair to have a spine and a backbone and stability in my life. So, and I'm not picking on everybody. I'm exclusively commenting on people that have tried to demean me by way of making themselves feel better. Like you are the first people to try and do that to me. I grew up like that. You're just another one. You're not special. And like I say, this isn't towards everybody. I'm not telling you, oh, I told you I killed a few bugs. That wasn't so strenuous. But, it's irritating. But I'm not telling you about my pains like the world owes me something like that. That is narcissistic. That's all it is, you know. I don't know, maybe these people do that in their homes. Maybe that's what makes their world go around. Might be whole families doing this shit, who knows? You know, it's just like I grew up around not people that had really conversations and worked things out. It was who could yell the loudest. Um, like, especially at family gatherings. This is my adoptive family, but my maternal grandfather, my mom's father, was repulsed by his whole family. Him and I, we'd just sit there, we'd be looking at these loud creatures they'd come there dressed up in their suits. And I mean, my grandpa wore suits, and I liked my dress clothes. I still do, occasionally. But just the whole atmosphere of the whole thing, it's like, and even like around people in lodges or churches or whatever it is, when you can read their minds and their clothes look nice, wow, it's just not a good combination sometimes. Needless to say, did not fit in, So I'll laugh every day. There's not a hard day of work that would ever take that out of me. As a matter of fact, the more tired I get, the goofier I get. Not goofy as in stupid, just silly and funny. That's me. When I get that feeling that somebody's trying to take that away from me, I go into attack mode and I won't stop until I feel satisfied. That's what people bring out in me. So you'll never control me or get ahead of me on that. You are not me. You don't have the strength to be me. Think what you will. doing a good job at writing your own life. I did too. Here I am in my house all paid for and land with a crick and a pond. Well, actually, two ponds and a crick. Part of the back one is on some other people's land, but part of it, part of it's ours. you know, but yeah. How'd I do that? By not going out and not taking vacations and working hard? Yeah, that's how you do that. Really. Maybe buy something used and fix it instead of something brand new and paying off my mortgage. Everybody's different, but in order to get ahead like that, you have to set things aside and you have to have money for if it's contract for deed or whatever. But you have to apply yourself and actually make moves in your life to have comforts in your life. And if you don't do that, if you don't go without certain things to make other things happen in your life, then that's on you, not other people that have done that. So, I'm sure my words will fall on deaf ears because people get in these stubborn modes of entitlement. And when you're dealing with somebody like that, there's nothing you can say to them that's going to make them feel not better than you. When you encounter those types of people, it's fake. They know deep inside that they're as low as a snail and as slimy as a snail. Also, they already know it. I used to feel like pity for them and play their game and associate with them, and you know, it made them feel better. But it was hell for me. I'm not going through hell anymore for these small minded pigs that do things like that to other people. Once again, you can totally, here comes some bad language, people. Fuck off with your shit. And if you think you're any kind of leader in life, you'll never lead anybody with that type of persona, ever. That's not leadership skills, that's filth projected onto other people. And I do distance myself from that. I won't listen. I'll watch the titles. So if you want to irritate me, go ahead. I have words for your stupidity, so bring it on. I'm prepared. Very well prepared. Yeah. And if you want to name names and run me down, point out my faults, or make little clips of anything that you deem low on your totem pole, that's fine with me, because I'll do it better. I won't make any clips. I'll just tell the world what's up with the lowness like I am right now. I tried to be nice about this shit. I was like, no, that isn't what it is, and you need to look into the language, and you should have trusted in my hard work, but you did not fucking care about what I've been through. And you want to persist on acting like a Jew when you're an American Christian following Judaism. What a bunch of retarded motherfuckers. Unbelievable to me. You don't even know what a Christian is. The The first Christian church came out of the deepest sorrows, waiting for that resurrection that you have no clue and couldn't even comprehend the hard work that has gone through the generations to keep the truth alive. And then we have these people that the truth doesn't even matter to them. Scholarship, not a thing. Languages, who cares? History, no big deal. It's like the Freemasons that took over Masonry. Um, were they still are out of line. They weren't supposed to do that in the United States. The last lodges numbered 103 through China and France, and it was supposed to end there. And that knowledge was supposed to be kept as the truth for everybody right there. It shouldn't have gone any further because it had already come into its fruition. But now they're using the energies of God in what I would call spiritual malpractice. It's a fact. What I'm telling you is true. Yeah. So, really, my thing today is just letting other people know when you have people in your life that don't self reflect like you or I do with compassion for other people in all of our thoughts and all of our ways. When you run across that type of person, you can tolerate them if you want to. And if you think that there's something there that you could enhance or help, I'd say go for it. But if you find that after you have put so much into a self centered situation concerning other people, then it's the old you can't help somebody that doesn't want to help themselves. If they don't see their flaws, like I do personally, I walk with a repentant heart. If I do something stupid, I don't need somebody else to point that out for me. I'm fully aware of it. I may keep it because if I was too perfect, then you'd really fucking hate me, wouldn't you? So pick me apart as you want, because I know me and I'm comfortable. If you're not worthy to have older friends that have worked hard and not stomp on them with your fucked up shit because you're a working person still in this corporation called the United States that you're a part of, if you can't deal with that shit on your own, you're not a leader and you have no business thinking you are or that you ever would be with that mindset. No, just another devil on the planet of selfishness. That's it. Nothing more. I know there's a lot of Masons that go into things and think that they have a full understanding, and maybe some do. Maybe. But the resurrection that they were building, that cornerstone, has already been speaking on this planet, and you're not building anything. You're not a part of the original um, builders and what their intent was that has turned into something else, is what I'm trying to say. You know, So I do understand the fellowship and people's intent in a lot of ways. I'm just telling you, there's deeper essence to the whole thing, and you can look into it for yourself. It was in, let's see, 1240 AD in France is where the cornerstone was completed, and it was to end there. And their correspondence between I don't remember the French temple in particular, the name of it, and the one in China, their correspondence and agreement that had been fulfilled and didn't need to go any further. As a matter of fact, they were forbidden to take that knowledge into the new world. Just telling you, you can look it up for yourself, especially if you're a Mason. What I just told you, look up France in your Masonic encyclopedia, look up France and look up China, 1240 AD, and the completion of the cornerstone. Just do it for your own self. You have access to that material. If not, your Grand Master in your lodge can get that for you. And um maybe you don't rank high enough to have access to that material. Maybe not. I would say you probably do, because aren't you all about learning and teaching as priests? At least that's my understanding of what that is, for the betterment of all humankind. Yeah, people, don't let other people bring you down. I've actually cried over people that would never even think a prayerful thought for me or any of my loved ones. Could care less. When you run into these and they say, I'm the son of God. Well, son of a gun. I really didn't recognize that. So, yeah, you can only get hurt so much in your life where you got to start using these stones for stepping stones, you know, these stupid bastards. Drew a line in the sand so they wouldn't throw rocks at Mary. No, actually, Christ got stoned because he was in the park with a little boy at 4 a.m. that didn't have any clothes on and had medicated bandage on his privates. And private sets, see, now that's something. Let's talk about the difference between art and pornography. Art could be a sculpture, a beautiful sculpture, a nude sculpture even is not my. I mean, I wouldn't want to really live around a bunch of nude sculptures, but um, but it's not pornography. There aren't two sculptures bending each other over or anything. That is porn. One's art, one's porn. And then also, when you look upon another person's beautiful body, are you lusting or are you thinking, hey, cool human being? you know, or you look strong or you're cute, but where does your brain go? You know, do you have self control of any sort that you could display for other people that, um, oh man. Yeah, that's a big question, isn't it? And does pornography in general, I'm not talking about um little boys peeking at um or girls, whatever, you know, stuff. I'm which I've been through with my kids. Uh I had an old man give me some stuff when I was a teenager. That's pretty nasty, isn't it? Trying to do things that, well, he was thinking them. He never got to, but he was sure thinking them. But anyway, that I was put in a position at a job I had with a pervert. But, you know, kids will do something, but what does an adult do? And like I say, where does your mind go when you see beauty in other people? Are you already taking it to bed with you, or do you have some type of discretion within yourself? I mean, I personally would never want anybody laying on me after they got turned on from somebody else. It's like, I don't want nothing to do with it. You have no self control. That's totally nasty to me. That's the ickiest thing I could think in my whole life. So there's my values for you. That is why many people try to pick my integrity apart, because I have integrity for them to attack, and they don't. So, whatever. So, I think I made my point, and I'm sure it won't matter to the fat heads, especially you men out there that have penis problems. Um, you're my enemy. Fuck you. Bring it on. You small minded twit, you illiterate bitch. And that's exactly you ugly. I almost said more like body derogatory things. You just fucking ugly like that. So once again, fuck you. If it's not you, my apologies to the sweet people here. Um, it's what's on my mind today. Uh, maybe someday in my life, people won't do that. But it is these people with insecurity problems that don't like it that I have confidence. They fucking hate it. And I could try and teach you how to hold that for yourself, but I don't think you're strong enough. So, not maybe you, but people like that. So, anyway, I'm not going to have a pity party for you. Uh, you'll get what you deserve. We all do. But no man's going to try and dish it out to me. I'm not taking it, and you're going to pay for fucking with me. It's the way that is. So, the rest of you have a really beautiful night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.